100.5 FM Abuja. Hello and welcome to the news desk. I am Ehi Ankilio Chime. First, the Nigeria reaffirms diplomatic engagement, moves to protect citizens amid Gulf crisis. Heavy rains and flooding kills at least 23 in Nairobi. And Israel vows to target Iran's next supreme leader as Kuwait government building hits by drone. Details shortly.
As the news drops, it breaks with us. Join us for news on the hour every hour. News desk at 12 noon, Metro News at 4 p.m. Enjoy infotainment, breaking and sports news at their best 24/7.
This is Ray Power FM News.
Now the news in detail. Any paramilitary agency under the Federal Ministry of Interior that are compromised by political parties during and after the 2027 general election will face severe consequences. The Minister of Interior, Olubumi Tunji-Ojo, who gave the warning at the conclusion of the ministry's three-day sectorial retreat, urged them not to be distracted from their key responsibility of securing the nation. The minister, Tunji Ojo, recently signed a 2026 performance bond with the service heads as proof of commitment to the fulfillment of mandates after a performance review by the agencies, reminding the officers that public service is a privilege and a responsibility. He tasked the Federal Fire Service on speedy emergency response, Immigration Service on improved border security, Correctional Service on deepening rehabilitation and reintegration programs, and NSCDC on protection of national assets. And the Nigerian government says efforts are being made to protect Nigerians in the Middle East amid rising tensions in the Gulf region linked to the confrontation involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. In a statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and head of Crisis Monitoring and Public Communications Division, Kimefi Ibenfa, Nigeria's diplomatic response was prompted by the rapid escalation of hostilities in the Gulf and the potential spillover effects across the region. He explained that Nigerian embassies across the region, including those in Tehran, Tel Aviv, Qatar, Beirut, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia, have been placed on high alert to closely monitor developments and provide support to Nigerian nationals where necessary. On the safety of Nigerians in the Gulf region, Ebienfa noted that thousands of Nigerians work across various sectors, including construction, healthcare, aviation, oil and gas, and domestic services. And the 2023 presidential candidate of Labour Party and chieftain of the African Democratic Congress ADC, Peter Obi, has criticized the guidelines released by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), urging the electoral umpire not to meddle on how political parties elect their candidates. Obi describes the guideline as a trap to frustrate smaller political parties and the freedom the Nigerian constitution allows citizens. The report.
The provisions of the newly amended 2026.
The inauguration of Yusuf Dansoko at the Campus Sawaba Fistula Centers marks another milestone in Kaduna State.
Electoral Act and subsequent guidelines issued by Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, has continued to be a subject of public scrutiny and criticism as political activities for the country's 2027 general elections begin to pick up. The latest is coming from a chieftain of the opposition African Democratic Congress, ADC, Peter Obi, during his official e-registration at his Agony Ward 2 in Anaucha local government area of Anambra State. Obi expressed concerns on INEC's electoral guidelines on political parties' conduct of its primary elections and other worrisome provisions for the forthcoming 2027 general elections.
INEC should concentrate on how to conduct a free, fair, and credible election. That is their role as a referee to the election. Their role, they should stop meddling in how parties select their candidates. That is why they can't too much, and in the end we have glitches. We want them to concentrate on how we can have a good-free election where everybody will be happy. How the parties select their process, if they select their candidates, should be left for the parties.
During the flag off of the Anambra State ADC e-registration and mobilization exercise in Awka, Mr. Obi took a swipe on the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), decrying the consistent power failures and insecurity in many parts of the country. He says the 2027 general election is going to be a fight against bad leadership and injustices faced by millions of Nigerians.
We've never actually this bad. Nobody is concentrating on governance. Everything is how to snatch around with the election again. The one they snatch around with is what we are suffering now. We are now generating less than 2,000, 3,000 megawatts of electricity. So 200 million people.
Moving on, Kaduna State Governor Senator Uba Sani has commissioned 2 fistula centers in Kaduna and Zaria as part of efforts to strengthen maternal health care services in the state. The project was supported by development partners, including the government of Norway and the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA. Ray Paz Abimaje Moses has the report.
Commitment to improving healthcare services, particularly for women affected by obstetric fistula. The facilities located in Kaduna and Zaria are equipped to provide improved treatment, rehabilitation, and support services for patients.
The center will serve as comprehensive hub for prevention, surgical repair, counseling, and rehabilitation, as well as referral services.
Representing Governor Uba Sani, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Hadiza Baleribi, said the intervention reflects the administration's determination to address maternal health challenges and restore dignity to women living with obstetric fistula. She commended development partners, including the government of Norway and the United Nations Population Fund, for their continued support in expanding access in specialized maternal health care.
The Kaduna State government remains committed to strengthening primary health care, improving the referral system, while ensuring that maternal health remains at the heart of our state development agenda. To the women who will come here for healing, you have not been and will never be forgotten. You are not alone. Your pain matters, your dignity matters, and your life matters.
Health officials say the centers will strengthen the capacity to manage fistula cases, provide post-treatment counseling, and support recovery as part of broader efforts to reduce maternal health complications.
Again, let's resolve henceforth that no woman in Kaduna State, wherever she lives, shall be defined by her injury, but by her strengths and her contribution to our shared future.
The centers are expected to serve as key referral facilities for fistula treatment and maternal health support for women across Kaduna State and neighboring communities. Abimaje Moses, Repa News, Kaduna.
Right before the news break, 2 suspects are now telling operators of the Nasarawa State Police Command the connection to the vandalization of electric cables and poles along the Gitata-Guduma Road. In a statement, the Nasarawa State Police Public Relations Officer SP Ramhan Nansel said the suspects were identified as 41-year-old Chigozie Igbokwe and 45-year-old Emmanuel John, both of Jikoi FCT Abuja. The Nasarawa State Police Public Relations Officer said a patrol team attached to the Gitata Division while on routine patrol along the Gitata-Gunduma Road apprehended 2 suspects involved in the vandalization of electric cables and poles. Items recovered from the suspects included iron cutters, pliers, spanners, vandalized electric cables, and 1 green Hyundai Sonata vehicle with registration number GWA44PM, which was used to convey the vandalized items. You are listening to News Desk on Repa 100.5 FM. In the news, federal government warns paramilitary agencies against political distractions. Nigeria reaffirms diplomatic engagement, moves to protect citizens amid Gulf crisis, and still to come, Heavy rains and flooding kills at least 23 in Nairobi. Israel vows to target Iran's next supreme leader as Kuwait government building hit by drone. Plus business, entertainment, sports, and weather. To stay with us.
As the news drops, it breaks with us. Join us for news on the hour every hour. News desk at 12 noon, Metro News at 4 p.m. Enjoy infotainment, breaking and sports news at their best 24/7.
This is Ray Power FM News.
Thanks for staying with us. At least 23 people have been killed in Nairobi after heavy rain overnight caused severe flooding in Kenya's capital city. Police said about 30 people had been rescued, but many others drowned after being swept into rivers. Some have been electrocuted. Kenya's military has been deployed to help people trapped in their cars as police described widespread damage to properties as well as road closures. Several flights bound for Nairobi Airport had to be cancelled or diverted to the coastal city of Mombasa. And Israel's military has promised it will target any successors to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. An Iranian drone strike on a government building in Kuwait sparked a huge fire overnight. Attacks have been reported across the Gulf as the war enters its second week. In Iran, oil depots were hit by intense area bombardment, with locals reporting multiple explosions. Residents have woken up to a blackened sky from thick smoke. Video shows a street on fire in Tehran after the oil depot was hit, with a man heard saying shops and homes are ablaze.
And now, a business update from Ray Power 100 FM.
Federal government securities and domestic stocks accounted for 74.85% of Nigeria's total pension fund assets, valued at 28.04 trillion naira as of January 31, 2026. The figures were disclosed in the latest unaudited pension industry portfolio report released by the National Pension Commission, PENCOM. The data highlights the strong concentration of pension investments in government-backed instruments and local equities as fund managers prioritize safety and regulatory compliance.
This is entertainment news on Ray Power 100.5 FM.
Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, has warned actress Sarah Martins against cooking and distributing food on Lagos streets, citing environmental and public order regulations. In a statement on X, Wahab acknowledged Martins' charitable intentions, but emphasized that such activities pose safety, sanitation, and traffic concerns. Wahab referenced a previous warning given to Martins last year, advising her to desist from street cooking and instead use approved channels and locations for her philanthropy.
Ray Power Sport.
Lionel Messi is one strike away from reaching 900 career goals after scoring for Inter Miami against DC United on Saturday. The Argentina star, aged 38, scored his side's second midway through the first half with a deft finish. Since signing in June 2023, the eight-time Ballon d'Or winner has scored 80 times for Inter Miami. Messi scored 672 goals for Barcelona, 32 for PSG, and has 115 goals for three-time world champions Argentina.
Ray Power weather.
The northern region will be predominantly sunny today, while sunny skies with patches of cloud will dominate the weather over parts of Benue, Kogi, and Kwara states of the north central. The rest of the central region should experience sunny skies with hazy atmosphere. Meanwhile, cloudy atmosphere with intervals of sunshine will be experienced in the southern region, with chances of isolated thunderstorms accompanied by light rains expected over parts of Ogun, southern Ondo, Imo, Lagos, Delta, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom states later in the day. Now we'll bring you the last line. According to Maya Angelou, American memoirist and essayist, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, you do better. And that's it for the news desk as produced by Kedonajo Okuliko. I am a he, Ankilio Cheme. You can listen to us online on Radio Garden, online Radio Box, and tunein.com at Repa 100.5 FM Abuja. News on the hour comes up at 1 p.m. Good afternoon.
Providing 360 degrees of information and entertainment. Reloaded for today's Niger.
Ray power, ray power, ray power, ray power, ray power.
Nigeria's